This shattering thing, I guess it's my oil, computer. It's oil. How y'all doing? This is me, Zacarias, and I'm here to let y'all know that I think, speaking of George Zimmerman, since he's been on the media, I made this is my first video about talking about George Zimmerman. I made the video, and I'm going ahead and find it. It says Zimmerman, but it was back in 2013, before he got acquitted, okay? Um, it was back in 2013, July 8th. It was on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I think. Yes. And I had to make a video because I was so sick of hearing about the news. And I said, Jim Zimmerman is it's the title of the video. Zimmerman is a mixed Latino nigger portrait. I put a star on the little tiny star on the eye for the person I want to get in trouble for using the word nigger. And the reason why I say that is because you already know I know about his mixed background. I know that his father's white and his mother is Peruvian. She's Afro-Mestiza. Her grandfather was Afro-Peruvian. Okay, so since she's Afro-Peruvian, Afro-Mestiza Peruvian, he used the fact that his great-grandfather, was Afro-Peruvian, and I think he probably was a Sambo. I don't want to say Sambo, Zombo with a Z, or either it's like Lobo, part Spanish, part Native, part African, or either he was Afro mestizo, but they probably just listed him as black because he looked more black. You know how folks are. They do that with me. I'm camera skin, and I mix myself. So anyway, because he looked at Native American features. He looked African, but he had Native American features and he looked darker compared to his mother, who was the baby in the picture, and his mother, his grandma, her mother, his maternal grandmother. Okay, and that was her father. His maternal grandmother's father, who's Afro-Peruvian. And the reason why I'm bringing this up because I do believe I was talking to George Zimmerman back last year. This what happened was somebody named BD Peruvian, okay, 9 months ago, came on there and said, I'm not racist, you're racist. They even can't say proper. Is you are racist, not you're racist. Please stop speaking Ebonics. I mean, doggone it. I know sometimes I end up speaking Ebonics accidentally, okay, but I don't try to, and I don't believe in the ideology of Ebonics because I believe it's slang in proper language, proper English. Anyway, I was taught by my family to speak proper English. I grew up by trying to learn to speak Spanish. I started to speak Ebonics. It was in that situation I'm very proud to be a multiracial person, but I had some black students, people African American descent, should I say, made fun of me and called me white boy, which is I'm mixed with white, so I acknowledge that. But then been dealing with being taunted because you don't speak proper English, and I was also called a Mexican wannabe as well for speaking Spanish, but I'm not trying to be Mexican. I mean, I speak my language English, okay? So I have no issues of being black or white in the American. That's my background. I'm very proud of being a three. So, as you grow older, you learn that you shouldn't be ashamed of speaking proper language and not speaking to being a mixture of your background. So yes, because I don't act stereotypically. I don't want to be no coon. Because these folks acting like coons are no different than those who act like the Sambos and the Jigaboos back in the Jim Crow days, and they make our race look bad. Those are African American heritage. Anyway, going back to this different scenario, but let's go. This is what he said. BD Peruvian said, "I'm not racist. You're racist. It's you are racist, or you want to say you are racist with a U slash parentheses you know and RE. You don't say not parentheses. Y'all know what I'm talking about the comma, the upper comma, should I say? Um, anyway, but you know what I'm talking about. You don't say you're like you owning something. Is you are racist. Doggone it. He spelled Trayvon Martin wrong. It's Trayvon with an A, not with an E. Trayvon smoked cannabis. He was high when he assaulted George Zimmerman. And how did George kill Trayvon if he had a fractured nose and some trauma? Signs of Trayvon committing signs of Trayvon committing aggressive force. And this is what I said. I said, excuse me, I'm not racist. You are racist, like I told you I said. And I said, George Zimmerman is a grown man. George Zimmerman as a grown man should not harass Trayvon. I shouldn't harass Trayvon. I was using my phone, so you don't use your phone, you don't think proper English, or you just try to put everything you're trying to get. So I'm trying to use the computer. I can also check my work when I say something, or when I type something. In the first place, regardless, that's what I'm saying, regardless of if Trayvon was high or not, George Zimmerman, like I said, okay, had no reason to communicate with him. Trayvon was talking to Jarnell, and he was not high. George was stalking him and provoked him. Okay, and then I say again, the team used aggressive force because a grown man, George Zimmerman, excuse me, the team had used aggressive force because a grown man Zimmerman was harassing and stalking him. Trayvon was provoked by this creepy, mixed, Latino, Afro-Mestizo nigger as who's an adult, excuse me, who's an adult. Then here goes VD Peruvian. He said he put my name, harass. You mean George got assaulted. The grass. There are grass. Excuse me. There were grass stains. There were grass stains. Doggone it. There was, and he said there was grass stains on his jeans, in the back of George's pants and shirt, which means Trayvon, once again with an E, Trayvon was on top of him. What would you do if you you we you we if you was, excuse me, you were, okay, yeah, he's got the R, getting attacked in a constable this one, not my words, compress constable compressible, excuse me, position. That's not my everyday words. Then he says to me again, he says the team was high. People do crazy shit. And he put a star between the eye, okay, like I do with the word nigga, okay? When they're high, there's no excuse. And I tell him, I said, BD Peruvian, Trayvon was defending himself, he wasn't high. You keep on, everybody uses the U with the capital, letter. I didn't use it, but anyway, because I got tired dealing with this shitty man. You keep on ignoring that Zimmerman attempt to harass Trayvon, which caused the fight. Nowhere in the court stated that Trayvon was high, especially when he was talking to Jarnell. That's the one who's dark skinned, who's part, Dominican, which is Hispanic, and part Haitian. His friend. The one said that nigger and cracker was not racist slurs, and she's 19. She was at the time 19. That's kind of shocking. Going back to what I'm saying, I say when he was talking to Janelle on the phone, he was coming from the store. George attempted to arrest him first. I was so angry. I didn't put it proper sense. And he got beaten by Trayvon because Trayvon was provoked by Zimmerman. Trayvon was a skilled kick. It was skilled in kickboxing, and I said, no sea idiota. I can say I can type it in English, in Spanish, but I can't really say it in Spanish. That means don't be an idiot. Okay. So here he goes. He said, "Where are your sources? Mine are from CNN." Yeah, right. That's what VD Peruvian says. Were you there to see Trayvon, to see Zimmerman harass Trayvon? I need a resource, and I'll take you for granted. I said, dude, that's what I say. Dude, stop being dumb and stupid and slick at the same time. And I was trying to say I was so mad, I didn't even put you don't fool me, but I said you don't fool. I mean to say you don't fool me. You know that Trayvon wasn't high. Zimmerman admitted in the 911 that he was trying to confront Trayvon, and the 911 operator told him not to bother him. George went to Trayvon, I mean to put that in also mad and start confronting him. That's what I said. That's harassment. He admitted it when he followed Trayvon. That's stalking harassment. What it is, harassment, along with harassing a minor. Trayvon never knew Zimmerman until that night, until George confronted him. That's why he got. I'm gonna say that's why he beat up. That's why he got beat up. So I'm trying to say, sticking his nose in other folks, and I'm gonna say business was not wasn't was sticking. I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say. I was trying to say, sticking his nose in other folks. I'm gonna say other folks' business when he was not a law official. Mentiroso, you know that. Mentiroso means a liar in Spanish. VD Peruvian says to me, "Where are your sources? I'm not playing Don. You defend him because he's an African American. He's supposed to put HE, not HD. This man showed, okay, anyway, I would too, but until I learned he smoked weed before the incident. If George did it, Trayvon still committed a crime. Here I go. Frank Taffy, y'all know who that racist asshole, the white dude, that's Zimmer's friend. Frank Taffy, now put sources. George Zimmerman, racist white friend, admitted that the racial profile against Trayvon and other African American at the African males, I'm trying to say, because I was so mad dealing with this old school. Y'all get me trying to challenge me and try to debate me, and I'm not in the mood. I will act crazy. I'm just letting you know, especially when I'm using my phone. And other African American males at their townhouse complex. And then he said, "You're defending Zimmerman because he's part Latin, part Hispanic Peruvian. Let's not forget his maternal grandfather was black, either Zombo or Afro Mestizo." That's what I told him. And I actually put the link of Zimmerman's friend saying that. Okay, and then I said, neighbors complain about Zimmerman narcissistic, aggressive, and I spelled aggressive wrong, I was so mad, tactics before Trayvon's murder. Covered in posts. I put that on there, and I'm going to read more, then we'll click on that so I can get it right. When you're using aggressive tactics to provoke someone, it will cause spite, which is true. That's what I said. Then I said, and then here come Peruvian, the BD Peruvian say, he is a neighbor. The neighborhood watch is supposed to look out. He waited for the police to arrive. After he got beaten up, of course. I mean, dang on it. And I put another thing, George Zimmerman is a bully. I put Zimmerman is a bully. I put on dating male in UK, article about the Trayvon colleague was racial comments because he was what happened was a colleague that in college, I think there was Zimmerman bullying him with racial comments because he's Arabian. He's a Middle Eastern. Okay, here we go. That's a VD Peruvian. The reason why Trayvon confronted Zimmerman because he was, I forgot to put why it was. He was following him. Zimmerman was harassing him, and the 911 told him not to do that, which he did. So that's what we're talking about. He got hot. I put out another the 911 call. If George did not follow him, he wouldn't have gotten beaten up. That's what I said, and Trayvon will be alive today. George assumed that Trayvon was high. Zimmerman assumed that Trayvon was high. Okay. Okay. Why would you? Okay. Well, okay, this is what he said. This is Zimmerman. Okay. Why would I want a pothead to be alive today? The world's better. The world's better without him. The kid was high. You do things that you shouldn't do. That you shouldn't do. Excuse me. You shouldn't when you're high. You would say when you shouldn't. He said when you shouldn't. When you're high, you defending. Why are you defending a little angel? Well, I mean, he's okay. And he said neighborhood watches examine people and monitors them. That's not stalking. People use stalking as so much that they misuse it. They misuse it very often. And that's what I said. Here's Rochelle. I thought her name was Janelle. Rachel Gentel's testimony. And then the testimony, which I put the link on there, I said I did not know she was part of the Hispanic Dominican besides Haitian. She never mentioned Trayvon one, which I had to mention that because she's Hispanic, okay? She's part Hispanic and part Haitian, Dominican. And I said, which is not that because Dominicans and Haitians, they're in the same island. Anyway, she never mentioned that Trayvon was high. She mentioned in the court that Zimmerman was following him after Trayvon came from the store. You saw the 911 call where Zimmerman admitted that he was following Trayvon, and 911 operator told him not to follow Trayvon. Janelle and Trayvon been talking. Rachel, excuse me. Rachel and Trayvon were both talking about Zimmerman and the All-Star in the NBA game. Zimmerman excuse me. He was talking about Trayvon. Wasn't high about talking about Zimmerman stalking him in the NBA Star game. He was in his right mind. But that's what I'm talking about here. That's what I'm saying. He was also talking. He also told Rachel that he was running from Zimmerman. Zimmerman was not a cop. Still ain't. Zimmerman was not a cop. By law, a police officer only can do that. Neighborhood watch is supposed to report to the police. No one is not supposed to approach an alleged suspect for both the rights of their person and their safety. For their person and for safety. Regardless if Trayvon was smoke pot or not, Zimmer had no reason to kill him. Or trying to say, or excuse to kill. And had no reason or excuse to kill him. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, because I'm tired of that. And I said, again, and I told him, I told PERUVIAN, I said, you are a very cold, demonic individual since you believe in killing drug users. I don't condone drug use or drug selling. I've never done drugs or sold drugs. Here I go again. And I used the correction time about stalking. If Zimmerman was doing that to me, I would have called the police and pressed charge him for stalking and harassing me. And then this is what I said. This is how I caught him. I said, VD, PERUVIAN, are you George Zimmerman because you are Peruvian and you attended All-Stars? Excuse me, I'm a cat myself. Myself. Let me say it again. I'm going to say that because I said All-Star, I should know All Saints. Excuse me. You're Peruvian and you attended All Saints Catholic School, which is stated in the Google profile. Zimmerman is part Peruvian and also attended the same school, and I put the Wikipedia link on George Zimmerman. So that's what I'm letting you know, that I think I was talking to George Zimmerman because he never responded back to me. And then when he sit there and said that killing a pothead, I'm letting you know that was, first of all, even though I don't condone drug using, why would you want to kill somebody just because they do drugs? I'm sure you're killing half of Hollywood and half of the people in the public office, okay? Because some of the politicians do drugs too. Some of the police force do drugs. Therefore, I'm not saying doing drugs is okay. Thank God I don't do drugs and never did. But it don't make no sense to sit here and wish death on somebody. And this young man, Trayvon, was not on drugs. He might have, he did smoke pot in the past, but he was not hot. He was coming from the store with some candy and some tea. And he was talking to Rachel, not Janelle. I thought her name was Janelle. The one who messed up the case. Besides, Zimmer's defense team fun about the Tea Party. Besides the fact that he used his Afro-Mestizo, Afro-Hispanic background, and then said he was not racist. Not only his daddy was the one that was a judge and had backup to help his son win the case. Yeah, Rachel, I'm serious. I'm getting tired of this coonery. And this goes on in amongst the especially young people and adults who do it too, who happen to be African Americans, but not all of them, but some of them. Here, they're sitting here thinking that nigger and cracker is not racist slurs. Those are racial slurs. You call somebody a person a cracker, it is racist. You call a black person a nigger, it is racist. And one thing, the only person that I call the word nigger is George Zimmerman because he's Afro-Mestizo and he killed Trayvon and he's a Pocho, trying to prove how white he is. He's shocked when his other brother looks more lighter when it comes to hair texture and skin tone. Hair texture, hair color, and skin tone. The one who defended Robert Zimmerman, his name is? Yeah, okay. He looks a little lighter than Zimmer. And I guess Zimmer felt because he was a little darker, he can try to fool how white he is. Dude, all you can do is get some blonde, sunny, contact. Doggone it. And get some Mate Perda clean. Mighty Pearl Cream is a skin bleaching cream that's mostly known in the Hispanic community. Yeah, yeah. So those who are olive skin or darker, they use the Mighty Pearl Cream. So and they put it on for hours and they wash it off, whatever they call it. Yeah, Mighty Pearl Cream. Mighty Pearl means mother pearl. So he can use that stuff and just say if you mean doggone if you just want to be pure white so bad, I mean doggone it. You mean, So, point is, I mean, he used, I guess he is using Mario Pearl Cream. I don't know. I mean, or you can go to get, I'm not gonna make it, I like this, yeah, okay? So, and I defended her White Licious cream because I felt that if, hey, y'all not making a big deal about dark tan and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, you get my point. White folks tan their skin, look like camera like me, you know what I'm saying? And no one don't make a big fuss. I mean, I don't the point is why would you burn your doggone skin? But the folks want to do that's their business. But I mean, you get whitelicious. You know what I'm saying? If you just so desperate that you want to look like a white person and want to be pure white so bad, and don't tell nobody that you're part Peruvian. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, just George Zimmerman and put the doggone blue contact, green contacts, and blonde hair, bleach your hair blonde, or dye it light brown. You know what I'm saying? So nobody don't think you're Hispanic or something. You just they think you're just a white man and tell folks you're Italian or something or Greek or something. I mean, doggone George, I mean, you just want to be 100% white so bad to do and make sure your features are not your acne features are not known. Go get some kind of surgery or something. But point is, the reason why I feel this is George Zimmerman because when he said that and then he did not respond when I said, "Are you George Zimmerman? You attended? You say you studied you're Peruvian and you went to All Saints Catholic School in Virginia." And that's the two key components. When I saw that, I said, "I'm talking to George Zimmerman." George Zimmerman talked to me, and then when he sit there and said that, oh, geez. When he sit there and said that, um, um, when he sit there and said that about the what is used for a pie head. Let me go back and set the video. Oh, sorry. Scroll down. Scroll down. Okay. Oh, why would I want a pie head to be alive today? The world better. The world is better without him. See what I'm saying? That was very cold-hearted. The kid was high. You do things you shouldn't do. You put proper content, should I say? But he said you shouldn't when you're high. Why are you defending your little angel? And he put parentheses, little angel. The point is the reason why I'm defending the little angel because the man had no reason to die for some reason. He's not bothered Zimmerman. He wasn't doing anything to Zimmerman until Zimmerman harassed him and stalked him. And of course, when I told you on my video, if a grown man stalks a teenager, and this day and age, people, there's sick old men out there who are, whether they're 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, who do prey with an E, y'all, on little boys and teenagers and try to molest them, kill them, rape, whatever they try to do, kidnap them, whatever, kill them, murder, with all this sick, sadistic stuff, okay? That's why Trayvon got scared, and that's why he called him creepy, you know. And and the one thing, Rachel should never brought that up. Okay, just that the man said he was creepy and he was harassing him. You know what I'm saying? Why would you go in detail say, well, he said creepy cracker? And you actually made George Zimmerman happy because he called him cracker because he wanted to be pure white so bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's ashamed of his doggone mama and her being Afro mestizo Peruvian. If you mean, because that's not white. You know what I'm saying? It's not pure white, should I say? It's a mixture of white and black and Native American, but it's not pure white. Okay? So, that means Zimmerman has issues, and it's a tragic Afro mestizo. You know what I'm saying? I just call it like it is, and I keep putting, we'll call him the N word. Yeah, and the one thing I noticed, no one drops Zimmerman. Zimmerman admitted he have black roots, but no one drops him. Why is that? All y'all pro-black and want to be pure black people who love the one drop rule. The man killed, yeah, he killed a brother, but y'all never call him a black man. Y'all don't say he not white, he not Hispanic, he black. He got one drop black blood. Ain't nobody has said that. The man admitted on trial that his great-grandfather was a black man, or Afro-mestizo, should I say, because he don't look all that black. He do look black and in color, but he don't look 100% like Western. You know what I'm saying? Get my point? Like he has some indigenous and African roots or something in him. So, point is that I never understood. Y'all one drop Mariah Carey, y'all one drop Tiger Woods, you want to drop someone like me, he's a multiracial mixed person. You want to drop Shamara Moore, you want to drop Shaw Jackson, and though she's dark skinned, but her dad's Mexican and Puerto Rican, her mother's part mixed with Native American and African American. You want to drop what's the other person? Jennifer Beals. You want to drop all these mixed people who claim to be mixed. You want to drop Neo. I know he's a little darker. He's not that dark. He's brown skin, but he has Asian features like the dark skin guy named who's my role model. What's his name? Tyson Belford. You want to drop The Rock. You want to drop Vin Diesel. I mean, dang. You want to drop all these other people, but y'all, in one drop, anybody that say they're a mixed race person, you want to one drop them so bad to bring the one drop rule. But when Zimmerman said that he was Afro mestizo, you didn't see it. There's one thing I understood. Instead of him calling him white Hispanic, you didn't call him a black Hispanic. And when Afro Latinos say they're Hispanic and they're not black, let me explain the reason why they say they're not denying that they're Afro. Just like some Hispanic people will not call themselves white. They're those who do check white, the ones on the census thing, which the posters add to right there. But there are many Hispanic people, you call them white, they'll cuss you out. Even those who look white. Okay? Even though Hispanics are not a category, a racial category, we have treated it like it is. And Hispanic folks, when white folks say stuff about Hispanic people, they ready to jump. Okay? Not all, but I know those who ready to jump. Okay? So, when you have Hispanic people who do look black, they will tell you. That person, like one woman told me, Sarah Cruz not black. Like Whoopi Goldberg was trying, which is silly. Whoopi Goldberg was trying to play Sarah Cruz. Don't look like her, two different shades, everything. And she said, so my homegirl who's Mexican and Filipino, she told me most job for her. She said, Sayers not black. Now she knows that Sarah Cruz look African descent, but she's not a black American. Okay, white. You know what I'm saying? So y'all get my point. So when Dominicans say they know they have African roots, okay, they not pure black people. That's one thing. No matter the ones who are dark like Sam so before he bleached himself, okay. But still, they not Afro Americans. They're Afro Latinos, okay. And Dominicans don't all look black. They got those like Oscar de Renta, the one who passed away, God rest his soul. He's Dominican. He look almost like a white man. He's mixed, but he look almost like a white man. Okay, you have you have even Mexicans. You have those who got African DNA like George Lopez and even Angoria. Okay, they have African DNA, and then no one has one drop them either. Okay, so why y'all making excuses for that? But y'all say if one drop black blood in them, you want to drop Afro Latinos who have to be Puerto Rican and Dominican. You want one drop all the rest of it. When George Zimmerman said he was mixed with African DNA, no one has never called him a black man. I'm the one that's saying he's a nigga. I call him like he's savage. He's savage. He's thugging. I mean all the stereotypes of the word nigga because he killed Trayvon for no reason at all, and he was trying to prove how white he was. Dude, you're not pure white. You will never be pure white. You got a mother who's Afro mestiza, okay? And Afro mestiza do not make pure white. She can marry all the white men and want to, and she can be the mejor de raza because in the Hispanic community there's a term called mejor de raza where they marry somebody that's light than them or those with fair skin or either they're white and that makes the race cocoa look better. So that's what all that comes from. So every time some Hispanic someone say, oh, who don't want to marry a black person, you know what I'm saying? This even happened to The Rock. Speaking of Rock, The Rock is a Samoan Afro Canadian because his dad's from Canada and he's Afro Canadian and his mother is Samoan. And when he married his Cuban wife, Danny Garcia, that's her name, Danny. I think her real name is Daniela, but they call him Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, before they divorced, her family did not want to marry him, want her to marry him because he had black blood, which is stupid. They're Cubans. I don't care how white you look, you're going to have some black blood in you too. Because Latin America is like a cesspool of race mixture. I ain't put it that way, but it's, I mean, from Mexico to Cuba, Dominican, all in Latin and South, I mean, race mixing was rampant, okay? That's why they had different names for different categories and stuff, okay? Latin America is a melting pot. Hardly nobody is pure anything unless it comes from Spain recently or Africa recently, okay? So, the point is, the reason I'm making that thing is because no one has never one dropped him. But when so what happened was the boys arrived with Cuban. They wanted, I mean, one of course they wanted her to marry a so-called white Cuban. She don't even look white. They wanted her to marry somebody that don't know, don't marry no black person, especially a black Cuban either. Okay, so since Barack Obama, excuse me, since the Rock don't look black, he can pass place. But when we first saw him on WWF, that's the first what it was called before it was WWE. I thought he was Hispanic. I said he must be Puerto Rican, a Mexican, or something. Or he must be a Blaxican or something. And baby Mexicans that look like more black than that was something. I was like, what? And when they found out he was Samoan and black, I said, oh, okay. And when I read that her family did not want him to marry their daughter, it's because he had black blood. Even he did not look black, they didn't want him to marry. They didn't want her to marry. They married anyway. They had a beautiful daughter. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can remember, you heard me talking about my situation with a Hispanic girl who's mixed with French, who's multiracial, mixed with her Mexican background, actually more than her French background. And I had to deal with the fact that her parents, because she chose me. I was 15, she was 18. She was older than I was, 20 years ago. And her brother and her, I didn't met her father. Her father looks ugly. I'm sorry to say it. I've seen pictures of him. And I met her father. No, I met with school with her brother. Her brother was the same age as me, and we both flunked first grade in elementary school when our schools was predominantly white before it became predominantly Hispanic. And he used to tease me along with other kids. Cause I was got to teach from both the black, the white, Hispanic, whatever. It didn't matter. I got to teach for all. I've been bullied. And so when I actually, he used to think I was gay and this and that. I never had sex with no dude, don't want to. But anyway, going back to the situation, when she chose me, and she was 18, she was older than I was, she chose me, and I said, okay, I need a girlfriend anyway. And when he found out that it was true that me and his sister was dating, we didn't, he got really upset. And he threatened to beat me up, and I was gonna get the cops, whatever. We had cops. And and I was praying to God to please let me be, because what I'm saying, I don't have no weapon, no nothing. Because trust me, I told you before, I wanted to become a gang member when I was young. I didn't get a chance to do it, and thank God I didn't. But I said I would have somebody to kill him. I just did like this. You threatened me like that just because your sister who's grown chose me. So when she told me in school hallway, she told me that we had to break up. I found out from other friends because I already knew because of race, but she wanted to break my feelings. And she told her brother, which is Jonathan, who's about the same, who's 35 like I am. Back in the day, he was 15 like I was. We both turned 16 that year in 1995. He beat her up, and the father did too. My question is, why you didn't call the police to put your brother and your father in jail? Oh yeah, I would have done the same thing. And then I told my family, to do something to me, you will go to jail. I don't care. I've done it before. I was one of the kids called CPS. Yes, I did. Okay, and I have no regrets for it. So, point is, I dealt with what Rock was going through. Okay, and so that's where the situation is. The Mohola Raza is where they want their children to marry someone that's lighter than them. They want somebody who's white, 9-10, so it can better the race. The word Mohola Raza means to better the race. So that's why some Hispanic people, and I'm not trying to make fun of his, even though I don't like Zimmerman, I wouldn't be shocked that Gladys Zimmerman chose his father, her husband, to marry because she wanted to mejor la raza too. Well, unfortunately, not mejor too much because George Zimmerman still looked ethnic. He didn't look like no doggone Sky McCurry, or he doesn't Sky McCurry is part Puerto Rican, part white. He does not look like to be a male fraternal twin of Cameron Diaz. She looked white. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So the point is, and her mother is. I read in the newspaper. No, I read, and she's mixed too. Cameron Diaz. Her father's Cuban. Her mother is white. Her background and the American. I read that her mother's background was English, German, and the American. So that's, I mean, doing, and how I know this because by me being claiming my multiracial rules, I have to read by Cameron Diaz before she really got big when she was on that movie with Jimmy Carrey. I forgot that doggone movie. We played that character. I forgot that doggone movie. We got on talking about, and when I read, I said, "Oh, another mixed person." You know what I'm saying? She looked white, but another mixed person. Yeah, I was as a teenager. I remember reading that. So that's how I know Cameron Diaz is mixed, and Cubans are mixed. So even though they want to claim to be white or black, still you're talking behind mixed. You got mixed background, and you are mixed. Like I said, of course she's mixed too. She was. You can look at Cameron's skin, you can tell. So point is, that's the whole reason why I'm bringing this up because I don't feel. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked that George Zimmerman's mother did practice Mejor Raza. Now his brother looks lighter. He can't pass for a dark hair, dark eyed white guy. But Zimmerman cannot pass for a white guy unless he claims to be some Italian or Greek or something, some acting European. Okay? He don't look all that white. Everybody thought he was Mexican. When he shot Trayvon, and he had to tell people he's not Mexican. And people who are not Hispanic, I'm letting y'all know, George Zimmerman is not Mexican. He's Peruvian and white, part white and part Peruvian. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yes, he's Hispanic, but not every Hispanic is Mexican. You have Dominicans, you have Cubans, you have Guatemalans, you have Salvadorians, you have Hondurans, you have Puerto Ricans, you have Colombians, Venezuelans, even Mariah Carey's part Venezuelan. Okay, you have from Uruguay, Paraguay. Okay, you have from Chile. You have those from Argentina. You have Panamanians. Okay, Belizeans. Okay, Belizeans, they call it. Yeah, from Belize. Those are Hispanic people, and they come in all different colors because they're racially mixed. Okay, so and you have those who are culturally Hispanic, like for example, Lepidioga is, yes, she's, her family is a full-blown African, but she was born in Mexico and she was raised in the culture. Okay, so that's why she says she's Mexican and Kenyan, and she liked tacos with some other Kenyan food. She said when she won the Oscars, that's why some Mexicans who are not racist was cheering for Lupita for winning that Oscar. Okay, so she's a cultural type of thing, but she's not a bloodline Hispanic. Of course, Hispanic is not a race. But when we think of Hispanic, we're talking about racial, of course, racial mix, who come from the darkest, who those European, Asian, I mean, European, the indigenous, should I say, who ancestors have been there for years, okay, and racially mixed. And that's why they have, another reason why they have a Hispanic category besides trying to classify them as white. They didn't work, and they was not white people. Even some of those who did set them as white folks did not want their children married. The Anglos did not want to marry a Mexican or some other Hispanic group. Okay, but they're racially mixed people. Okay, and as a multiracial person, I love their culture. I love the fact that they do exist. They come in all different shapes, styles, and colors. Okay, that's why I'm not, when I say partial, I'm not anti-Hispanic. I'm talking about the ones who try to be white, Anglo, and racist, okay? And like I say, the W word and the N word did not come from a Hispanic person or a black person. It came from white racist people. And I said it might be why Hispanic and black folks keep using the word when it's against each other. When it's, y'all know, one thing, Hispanic and black people who are victim of racism, who are racist towards each other, cannot complain about racism and white racism because they use the same tactics that they was used against them towards each other. Okay, so when you have white folks who like my video for saying yes, I'm with you, and I actually mix with white myself. And I mean, a lot of African Americans are mixed with white in the America. They need to claim it. And stop trying to be pure or something when you're not. Just because some white racist ignorant man wrote one drop rule that's no longer law no more, okay, does not make it seem, it's not making the Bible. To make give my point, it's not the gospel. Hello? So, and those white ones people ask me, well, white folks not gonna see you. The ones who don't respect me for who I really am, a multiracial person, I don't associate with them. They're not. And if I'm some long distance cousin of mine, I don't even want to visit that type of person. I said in my video, don't fool with folks who don't accept you for who you really are. You know, they want to be a black person, they can always find someone who's pretending to be one, or actually go to the African community, African immigrant community, and find one, and leave me alone out of that situation, okay? So, anyway, that's all I have to say about the George Zimmerman case, the George Zimmerman situation, and yes, I did believe that George Zimmerman was talking to me. Okay, I don't think that George Zimmerman, he used a screen name with some cartoons and stuff, and he's on Twitter. I was trying to go to his Instagram, that's VD Peruvian. I do believe he's George Zimmerman because he was in the same doggone school and he's Peruvian, okay? You know, I don't know too many. I mean, there are Hispanics in other parts of the country who are not Mexican, Puerto Rican, and Dominican, and Cuban, but I never heard. I mean, this is first notice education to me. Well, I did meet Central Americans who were from Virginia when I was in Job Corps. We went to Washington D.C. I met Hispanic people from Salvador who was from like Tennessee or something, but I never heard of Peruvians living in Virginia. You know, Florida, yeah, of course, because a lot of Hispanics from in Miami who are not Cuban come from Central America and South America, okay? But I never met a Peruvian. I met Peruvians here in Houston, okay? And I met a nice lady who was doing a charity thing for a religious organization and was getting our food. And I asked her at first, and people think she's Mexican, but actually it's Peru. I met Peruvians on the bus. I met a good friend of mine, a nice friend of mine. He supposed to even call me so we can go to the club. He's Peruvian. Every time I see him at the library, he loves reggaeton like I love reggaeton, you know. And and I met Peruvians. Even as an interracial couple, the man was dark. The young man was dark skinned. He wasn't Peruvian. He was African American, which means with French Creole and Indian like me. He was darker than me. They were a young couple because they're both 18 years old. I was in cosmetology, and and I asked his girlfriend where she was from, and she said she's from Peru. Her family's from Peru. And I was telling her about, cause I said, well, I'm a Catholic Christian myself, and one of the saints one of my patron saints that I honor who did Jesus Christ's work in Peru is Martin de Porres. That's how I understand how in the world Peru can be so racist, because they're honest man. If you see Martin de Porres, many images of him, he is look like Wesley Snipes, but he was mulatto. Okay, his father was a white Spaniard. Okay, his mother was an African, this free woman or a slave from Panama. And so he came, and his father rejected him because he was dark skinned, okay, darker than me, okay. So with kinky hair and everything, okay. And he was a fight against racism. Saint Martin Fortes was a fight against racism. He also was a barber. He loved animals. I mean, he's a patient for all that. And he did, and when I think I read that when he became a priest in Peru, he his wife's father finally came to the picture. They remind me of the movie of Meet the Browns. Because you know when Lance Gross played the young teenager that Rick Fox, my other role model, helped out in basketball stuff, and then when Andrew Basketball played his mother, and when he became NBA basketball, that's when his father came to the picture. All his years, his father did not come to the picture and rejected him and treated his mother with disrespect and everything. You know what I'm saying? He made his father in that movie made me mad. Talking about Meet the Browns by Tyler Perry. Well, same thing. Even though, of course, it's hard for me to do this. I want to go ahead and admit it because if I was in the same part as if I said I'm sorry, Father. My fault. No, no, don't come in here. I know I'm a praise about it. I'm gonna be doing praise about it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be real, okay? But he accepted him anyway. You know what I'm saying? After all these years, he rejected him because he was black. So point is, so we was talking about this, and I was telling him, I said, yeah, and the Peruvian woman knew that mixed people can come in all different shades and colors. And so she, so the young, they're both like 18, 19 years old. It was coming from college or school. They either was seniors or they was coming. Cause I was in college at ACC. So we was on a bus, and I said, and we was talking about how folks think that, and I said, yeah. I said, and said, hey, you got some French Creole in you? He said, yeah, because he was the dark skinned brother. Yeah, I mixed with French Creole and Indian. I said, yeah. And I said, your girlfriend ain't gonna doubt that because she know that San Martin Fortes was, you know what I'm saying, was a dark skinned mulatto. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was shocked, you know. But when I saw, it shocks me that they honor this and venerate this man. Okay, San Martin Fortes. Okay, how did someone have so much hatred towards black people besides the Afro-Peruvians? Because there's a man that goes on the show in Peru called El Negro Mama. And El Negro Mama, he was on, if you saw, as I know about, before I knew about Mexico and even Peru having African roots. Um, Black in Latin America, PBS, of series Black in Latin America, Mexico, Peru, the Black Grandma Closet. At least that George Zimmerman let the black grandpa and his grandpa in the closet situation. I mean, we know about that now. Point is, there was when Mr. Gates was on there and he was in Peru after he did the Mexican version. Okay, he did the Peruvian version of the series, and there was some character who painted his face blackface himself. They said, a white man, please stop calling mestizo or Afro mestizo who don't look black, who don't look indigenous too much, who look almost close white folks. Okay, I'm gonna say if you don't have pure European blood, that's pure. If you're not pure white, that's to me. Because when I saw pictures of Atlanta Mama on YouTube that was not on the series, he did not look all that white. The man who's playing him. So anyway, the man playing Atlanta Mama, he comes on there and he's making stereotypical stuff. He supposed to act sneaky. He supposed to act stereotypical stuff that people say about black folks. Okay, this basic stuff. Okay, and this woman who's Peruvian, she was dark skinned, Afro-Peruvian woman, 19 Afro mestiza, with long dreads. She dark brown skin with long dreads, and she was trying to make a program to stop the airing in Negro Mama. Okay, so it's a minstrel show in there. So in Negro Mama, when I saw this, and I also saw a YouTube video where they asked the Peruvians who don't look black, would they marry a black person, and many of them have said no. And my question is to y'all: if y'all go to church and you read about the saints who's besides Saint Lema, Saint the one that was friends with Saint Monopolis. When you read about Saint Monopolis and you honor this man, okay, if you honor and venerate this man, why the heck you hate black folks and why you hate your black roots? Cause I'm sure there was some black roots in your, you know what I'm saying, besides in the indigenous and Spaniard. And it doesn't make no sense. So that's why a lot of folks who saw before Zimmerman killed Trayvon, when they heard about it, and they were on my mind, when they hear about the racism in Peru towards black people, that's exactly that they say, oh, no wonder his mother is a racist too. And then that's when Zimmerman started saying well, his grandpa was Afro-Peruvian. But all this time he never told nobody. I mean, and then too, one thing I like about on CNN, one of those shows, the man used to be on, he said, he asked the Hispanic guy, I don't know if he's Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, whatever, that he was Zimmerman, I think his name is Hernandez, or whatever his name, he had glasses on. And it's after when Zimmerman was not found not guilty. Well, he is guilty, but still found not guilty by the court. The man said, well, he had people of color in there, and I'm like, dang, you're talking to another person of color, Hispanic people or people of color. Majority, they're not no pure white Spaniards. Okay, there are people of color too. So I'm kind of these white folks thinking when they say people of color, talking about black people. One time, I had to educate a brother of African American descent that I'm like, dude, Hispanics are people of color. When you say people of color, it means non-white or not pure white because I'm mixed white, but I'm still a person of color because I don't look white and I don't have pure white DNA. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's crazy. It's completely crazy. Um, but anyway, that's my comment, y'all. I'm gonna make a big long video of this. I can go on about this, how I feel about Zero and when he was talking to me, but this is the video that I want y'all everybody to know, and I'm gonna put the link of my video about the Zimmer being the Pocho, mixed Pocho Latino nigga. How I put it on there, 2013. Zimmer, I don't know. my video. You can go look at it. And I'm very angry because I was doing some stuff at my job as well, coming home late that night, and I was already angry. And this before he was acquitted. I said, this is why the title of the video is Zimmerman is a mixed Latino nigger pocho. Okay, so that's what I said. Anyway, bye-bye, y'all. Have a nice day.